Good morning, YouTube. This cat, I know my hair. Don't look. Uh, the cat, I'm so sick of her fucking attitude. But her facial expressions, I'm thinking, did I teach her this shit? Is she looking at my face and I raised her from when she was little? We found her. Her one eye was fucking blown. It didn't even look like it existed. Anyway, it was cat herpes. We found her that way. She's fucked up. Anyway, this herpes has set into her again. It was unfortunate. I didn't know what it was. I hadn't seen it since she was small, so it just totally... And then one day I was like, oh my God! When I saw her eye clouding up, I was like, oh, it's the herpes. But at any rate, this is the deal. So I had to try to straighten out her diet. I'm trying to give her raw meat and whatnot. And she was like, yeah, this feels better since I'm sick and everything. I'm like, yeah, put some animal fats on this raw meat. I'm like, go, 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 girl. Because that's what the dogs are eating. Well, she wouldn't eat she wouldn't eat shit, but this shit canned food from Aldi's. And I mean, I starved her out, and she wouldn't do it. So I'm like, I just got to give her the canned food. Because I think people don't try hard enough to switch their cat's diet or their animal's diet. But she wasn't having it. Okay, she was going to starve to death and get me in trouble and make me feel guilty before she was going to eat real food. So anyway, the long story short, she's been eating this canned food for like 3 years. Since she quit eating that Primal, I don't know what happened to it. It was raw cat food, and something happened to him. Both cats were like, hells to the fucking no. We're not eating this nasty shit. And we're like, what happened? So anyway, after 3 or 4 bags of, $25 food, and they just didn't want to eat it, and we just had to throw it away. We gave them all these canned food, and they were like, yay. Well, inadequate, nutrition and poisonous on top of that, and so this herpes set in. Recently. Well, it's improving. But anyway, so here I'm trying to give her this meat because she started eating it the other day. I thought, yeah, she's going to eat meat. I'm giving her Nature Sunshine VSC. I got to go get her some lysine and all this other stuff, right? What else is she on? Paul Darko. I want colostrum. Whatever. So I'm doing all this good stuff for her, which she hates. She's like, I don't want to get pills shoved down my throat. And I'm spraying her eyes with colloidal silver and Manuka honey. At first, I didn't put enough of Manuka honey in. It was working. But when I looked and said, you can half and half, I was like, what? Because I thought, I'm going to rub honey straight in this cat's eyes. Well, they half it with distilled water, whatever, other people, and they're like, well, man, her eyes popped right open yesterday after I did that. I mean, I was having improvement, but it wasn't going as fast as I expected or wanted it to go. You can't always find her. She insists on going outside. And she'll rip the house, she'll just rip the house down if you don't let her out. So there's no, keep her inside, Karen, just do this. Yeah, okay, no, yeah, I would have been good. Anyway, I didn't realize Lenny gave her a can of nasty cat food at 4 o'clock in the morning. I didn't know. So at 6 o'clock, I get up and she comes in the house and she's like, hey, what's going on? I'm starved. I said, well, just wait. I'm going to make you some ground turkey. I warmed it in the pan. I put some enzymes on it. I mixed a desiccated beef liver in there for flavor and nutrition. I'm mixing it up. Going, this cat's going to be like, well, yeah, Mom. Well, you sit her in front of her and she acts like she wants it. And then she's like, and then she just fucking leaves. And I'm like, what is her problem? So I give it to the dog. Then I make her a piece of, like, chuck brisket ground, whatever the heck it was. It was high-quality ground beef. I make a little bit of that, put the enzymes on, the beef, breaks it up, and I'm like, all right, she'll want this, right? I didn't know she ate that can of food. She ate the whole fucking can. Lenny got up later and told me. And she looked, and she was like... and then leaves. I'm like, why do they have to act so thoroughly offended when they're not hungry and you offer them food? That was the whole purpose of this video. I told you all that to say. So I sprayed her eyes. And then I realized, if you pull the eyelid down away from the eye, then it can get in more areas under, because they're trying to blink their inner eyelid and everything. It's not touching the eye as much as you want it to. But I'll tell you what, man, she was like, yeah, and she was rolling her eyes around and blinking her inner lid to get it to go in. She knows the drill. She knows it's working. She's smart, but she is so rude to me. I mean, rude. She's just like, every time you try to give her anything to eat, she's just... And then other times she's like, blah, 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 like she's dying of starvation. It's like, what is your... black walnut hulls for parasites. I'm like, do you have worms? Anyway, I mean, just God bless America. Thanks for listening. Cat Tales.